Trauma is a treadmill. No, you're not running away from it. You're not actually making any progress in it. You have to stop and address it. That's why we're going to address it today from the topic transforming trauma, how to heal for real. Stick and stay. More's coming your way right here on In the Mix. Listen, if you're going to really transform trauma, I really believe that you can't address what you won't confess. You can't heal from what you won't deal with. You cannot fight what you refuse to face. And that's why we're facing it today. We're facing the ugly monster of trauma. We're pulling the mask off. Can't heal from the past until you remove the mask. And one of the first ways to do that is simply to feel it. Yes. Yep. Too many people refuse to feel the trauma. They refuse to feel the after effects of the trauma. Yes, the situation happened. Yes, it was exacted upon you. No, you didn't deserve it. No, you are not your trauma or your trauma responses. No, you were not the person who should have experienced this level of victimization. But how long will you remain a victim? And for many people, they want to do everything but feel it. What am I talking about? They want to smoke it away. They want to drink it away. They want to party it away. They want to hang it out away. They want to get into a relationship over and over again to anesthetize the pain. There's no analgesic. There's no anesthetic to feel, to numb yourself to feeling the trauma. You have to actually sit in it. As painful as it is, sometimes the memory is worse than the actual action. Are you hearing me? Sometimes the memory of it is worse than the action that transpired. But if you're going to heal from it, you got to feel it. You have to allow yourself to feel it. Yes, that didn't feel good. Yes, that was hurtful. Yes, that was painful. But you are not a person who is going to live according to the pain. You have to live above it. And one of the hardest things for most people to do is to feel it, but also to admit it. Most people just going to say, no, I'm going to black it out. Most people just going to say, no, it didn't hurt me. I'm tougher than that. Nope. They didn't get to me. But deep down inside, you know what they said cut close to the bone. You know what they did really hurt you. It really, to a certain degree, may not have knocked you out, but it knocked you down. And one of the hardest things for most people to do is to feel it, because to feel it is to admit it, that there was some type of pain that came to it. Don't anesthetize to yourself to it, but actually feel it. Communicate to yourself, yes, this hurt. Yes, this didn't feel good. Now what? Now what will I do? Will I forgive them? Will I also forgive myself? See, a lot of times when we talk about forgiveness, one of the hardest things for us to do is to forgive. Yes, we appropriate the forgiveness of God. Many of us, we have forgiven the person, the situation, whatever the case may be. But one of the hardest things for us to do is to forgive ourselves. Forgiving ourselves for trusting them, forgiving ourselves for what it is that was done to us, forgiving ourselves for what we did as a result of that happening. Because forgiveness now opens the door for forward progress. One of the second things that we're going to have to do after feeling it, here's what we're going to have to not do. We can't project pain. We cannot project pain. Do you know how many people destroy relationships, destroy connections, destroy opportunities simply because past pain, they want to bring it presently unto people and exact it unto people who had nothing to do with the past. It's a cop-out. It's cheap. You're selling yourself short. It's, to a certain degree, is really weak. Because now you want somebody to suffer for what they never did to you. When, once again, you haven't felt it, you haven't even addressed it. People have moved on a lot of times who hurt you. People have moved on who are sleeping well at night. But you're still tossing and turning. And now, as a result of it, you're now bringing that pain and putting it onto other people. Why? Because you haven't broken the pattern. See, trauma, there's truth in the trauma if we'll be willing to investigate it. We can transform our trauma if we're willing to sit with it. And for far too often, many of us are dealing with childhood wounds that we never investigate, that we never transformed. Is what Dr. Sigmund Freud said. He said, we are in adulthood what we have experienced in childhood. And until you remedy the childhood issues and the childhood wounds, you'll forever carry that into your adulthood. And so here's what you'll be. You'll be a grown boy. You'll be a grown girl. You'll now be hurting people who had no desire to hurt you. But because of it, because of the hurt that you've experienced, now you go through life suspicious. Let me hurt them before they hurt me. Let me put up a defense mechanism before they now tear down the wall and see that you're just a shivering little girl, that you're just a crying and hurt little boy. Let me now act like I'm above other people. Let me now hide behind this, hide behind that, because you don't want to tear down the wall. It is what Ronald Reagan said in the 1980s. And he said, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. I believe that's really the same sentiment that life is telling you. Tear down the wall. Walls are not boundaries. Walls are barriers. A bridge is a boundary. You're able to allow or deny access based upon what you're seeing. When it's a wall, you can't see anything. Because you've created such a defense mechanism that says, doesn't matter how good they treat me, doesn't matter how great they are, doesn't matter how nice, how kind they are, rather. I am now going to build an impenetrable wall because I'm dealing with hurt and pain. And oftentimes that hurt and pain comes from, we're dealing with it from childhood. It's what the father of the demoniac son in scripture said to Jesus. Jesus asked him, how long has this boy been dealing with this situation? And the father said, since he was a child. It's the childhood wounds. It's the traumatic situation that you cannot poke at other people because of your pain. Don't project it. Connect to it. Don't project it. Investigate it. Don't project it. Unwrap it. Don't project it. Unpack it. And as a result, you'll heal from it. We're talking about transforming your traumas, transforming trauma, and really how to heal for real versus saying, oh, it didn't bother me. I'm good. I just brushed my shoulders off. I'm all right. And we know you're not. You know you're not. You're carrying the weight of this wound rather than turning the wound into wisdom. You now want that particular person to be your dad or your mother, or this person to now be a sedative for the pain. But as a result, you now start bleeding on people who didn't cut you because you didn't turn your wounds into wisdom. So you're hemorrhaging rather than healing. Last but not least, as we've been talking about it, you got to feel it if you're going to transform your trauma. You can't project the pain if you're going to transform your trauma. Last but not least, counseling brings clarity. It's true. Counseling brings clarity. Even scripture says this, in the multitude of counselors, there is safety. And we are oftentimes in an unsafe zone because we're around a number of people who exacerbate the traumas that what it is that we experience. They continue to massage the pain. And counselors are not masseuse. Counselors are not masseuses. A counselor is not a masseuse. A counselor is a chiropractor. They're not here to make you feel good in your trauma and to now anesthetize the pain and make it an analgesic, numb you to it. No, they are there to address it. They're there to address it. You have to be willing to lean into it. The counseling, the therapy, to actually investigating the pain, asking why you think this way, why you act this way, why as a result of it have you now lived your life limited, less than, as a result of seeing yourself as a liability. It is being able to transform the trauma and the truth. It is being able to look at the different perception and the perspective. It's a way of being able to look at life from a new lens. Because here's what trauma does. Trauma, to a certain degree, it just more so realigns and it magnetizes. And to a certain degree, shifts the places in your body, the neurons, the nerves, the nerve endings. It's kind of like it recalibrates so many different things that are in your life. And now you're trying to find some way to hit that undo button. And maybe everything is not undone. Maybe to a certain degree, trauma has become some level of grief. And there's it's not necessarily a destination that comes with grief. It's a journey. Are you willing to lean into that? Are you willing to put yourself on a pathway toward healing and restoration? Let me remind you of this. You are not what happened to you. What you've gone through was not intended to define you. It's to refine you. What you thought was going to destroy you, God uses it to develop you. And oftentimes, it is the way of you growing in the dark. It is you now having a receptive ear to hear from people who don't intend to hurt you, but they intend to help you. And a lot of times, people connect to individuals who they feel are helping them, and they're not necessarily there to massage their feelings. They're there to give them clarity as a result of it. Be prayerful for mentors. Be prayerful for advisors. Be prayerful so that you have counselors that can bring you clarity and allow you to look at it. So many people gave up. So many people threw in the towel. So many people died due to the trauma. But you're still triumphant, and you will transform. You won't be conformed. You're going to be transformed. Here's how you're transformed: by the renewing of your mind. If you can just renew your mind, you'll be restored and you'll be resurrected to move to another level. I want you to experience the transformation that here it is you're so deserving of. You're deserving of it. You're deserving of the transformation that doesn't just make you look good on the outside. I'm talking about the transformation from the inside out. Don't you just want to be happy for real? Don't you just want to have joy for real? Not putting up some, some fake persona. No, actual transformation to where you grow, to where you develop, to where you say, you know what? Yes, I've been here, but I'm not going to stay here. Where I am right now is not where I'm going to remain and not where I should remain. I want to challenge you to accept the challenge. And that challenge is joining my amazing academy community. I want you to take the quantum leap transformative experience. I want you to be a part of that, to where, yes, you build yourself, you build your business, you build your relationships, you build the book. You can't build anything bigger than you build yourself. You can't build anything bigger than you build yourself. And I want to shift you from stagnant and stuck to stable. I want to help you shift from uncertain to unstoppable. And it takes place in my amazing academy community, to where you're able to now close the gap. What is that gap? The gap between your ideas, your impact, your influence, and ultimately your income. Come on, let's take the quantum leap transformation together. Go to theeaglesacademy.com. Theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the enroll now button, fill out the form. I guarantee you're going to be transformed. I can't wait to see your face in our digital space. Can't wait for you to experience the transformation that you're so deserving of. I want you to invest in yourself. As you go to theeaglesacademy.com, tap the enroll now button, fill out the short form. Guarantee that you're going to be transformed. Transformation. It's going to look really, really good on you. It really is. I know you've been transformed by this conversation. Drop a love donation. Drop a love donation on Cash App, $Dr. Eddie Ministries, on PayPal, info@EddieConnor.com, and even on Zelle, EddieConnorJr, gmail.com. The only way I'm able to talk about this work is because I've done the work. Yeah, it doesn't always feel good, but it works for your good. And I'm transforming lives. People who have experienced trauma, people who are experiencing trauma due to food insecurity, due to literacy and incarceration and community dilapidation. We're doing the work. I'm rolling up my sleeves every week in the community. You can help me to give even more by sending a love gift on Cash App, $Dr. Eddie Ministries, on PayPal, info@EddieConnor.com, and then even on Zelle, EddieConnorJr, gmail.com. Any support helps me to support so many people who are in need any given day of the week. I appreciate your support as a result of that, to help me to do that in a greater way. Hit that thumbs up button on this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I've been growing your greatness. Help me to grow our channel for change. That creates change and that breaks chains. Of course, follow me on all the social sites. Put some respect on my name, at EddieConnorJr, EddieConnorJr. And of course, let me know what you thought about the show in the comments below. Let me know what you thought about the show in the comments below. I gotta go, but I just want you to know that you're bigger than your trauma. Just want you to know, it's your main man, 100 grand, your brother from another mother. Family has been fun, but I gotta run. So I just want you to know it's yours truly, Dr. Eddie, and I'm wishing you nothing but the best and the bless. It's going to move you into a greater place of success, peace, and a whole lot of love. Keep soaring.